I've been a trooper with the Colorado State Patrol about 15 and a half years. We're very well aware, unfortunately by experience, of the dangers of stopping vehicles, making contacts day in and day out. You know, when you lose somebody in the line of duty, it absolutely affects the morale of everybody around them, their team, their troop, and the agency as a whole. It's heartbreaking.
In the last few years, it's been especially tragic for our organization. You know, I started in 2000, and every line of duty death since I've been on was a trooper that was struck by a car.
In June 2019, my cousin Will, part of VCU, he's investigating a serious crash, and he was doing everything that he knew to do. And the driver that hit and killed him was also doing everything he was supposed to do. Part of the grieving process for us as an agency and my family was looking how to improve and prevent things like this from happening and make our agency safer to work for.
We needed somebody from the outside, from our organization, that isn't biased by our traditions and our passions and all those things, to look and tell us if there's something that we can do better. And we commonly refer to this as our struck by investigation or our struck by report. And we hired an outside consultant, an expert in our field though, to come in and do a deep dive into every struck by incident over a period of 5 years that started in 2015. And then tell us what we needed to do better. And that was a very informative process. And as a result, we have made significant changes to the way we do business.
When we as law enforcement adopt these changes to make our work environment safer, we honor the legacy of those that have fallen before us.
In uniforms, we've done a lot of stuff. We've been partnering with 3M, talking about reflectivity on the uniforms and the way to make the actual officer more visible on the road. In fact, the pants that I'm wearing today have a reflective stripe on that we're testing. One of the things we learned in the review is the fact that, you know, all the normal reflectivity that we normally wear, an ANSI vest, even our flashlights, it gives off white light. Well, that white light is easily blended into all the background light that you have with traffic, delineator posts, the other road markings, headlights of cars. So you don't stand out nearly as much as you think you do. So we've also given every member of the organization what's called a guardian angel. It's one brand of a light, but it produces its own light source. And you can have blue and red or yellow, whatever color you want. So they can wear that on their lapel or on their ANSI vest or on their coat. And when they're out there in traffic, not only is it the white light that's reflecting black, but they produce their own light source to help them stand out even a little bit more. And then as it goes to the cars, we've done a lot of changes on the cars. Particularly, we've changed our platforms from Dodge Chargers to Durangos. We've completely redesigned our graphics on the back of the car. We've gone to a pattern of chevrons that are big. Ours are designed to point away from the cars. We've changed the lights on our vehicles. No more on the cars that come out now do you have the bright flashing lights. People always saw the cars, but they didn't see the people walking around or standing by the cars. So we don't want the car to be such a distraction that you don't see the trooper standing by it.
When our trooper arrives, the main purpose is protect life and property and keep that scene from getting worse. But it can be pretty chaotic pretty fast with a lot of pieces to tackle. One of the big things that we did was actually stand up a traffic incident management training committee that's internal stakeholders as well as some of our external partners so that we get different perspectives and be able to speak that language not just to our procedures but how it can be effective to our partners. We actually had every uniformed trooper in the organization from the newest cadet up through the chief himself complete the National Traffic Incident Management Training Certificate through that website. That's 10 modules that covers all different disciplines within the traffic incident management discipline.
The biggest change that I personally feel was important was getting rid of the stigma of closing down a roadway in order to investigate a crash. The lives are more important than keeping a roadway open for whatever reason. Another thing that came out of that was the implementation of drones to investigate serious crashes. So that way there's not a trooper physically out there in the roadway. And that was a big game changer as far as safety goes.
The most eye-opening thing that I took from this whole process was the safety of a state trooper first starts with that state trooper.
Whether we're 6 months on the job or a decade and a half, we have to take our safety into our own hands in order to make sure we're getting home at the end of every single shift that we do.
Hopefully other families won't have to go through what my family went through.
I think we made significant progress, but we are in no means done. It is a strategic goal for the Colorado State Patrol to eliminate struck-by incidents because not a single one of them is acceptable. So we are going to continue to work really, really hard and make small changes or big, large, systematic changes, but we will continue to focus on making this a safer place to do a very important and much needed but dangerous job.